The Book of Haggai, Chapter 1, The Call to Rebuild the Temple. In the 2nd year of King Darius's reign, the word of the Lord comes to the prophet Haggai. The Israelites have returned from exile in Babylon, but instead of rebuilding God's temple, they focus on their own homes. The Lord speaks through Haggai, saying, "This people say, the time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built." God asks them to consider their situation. They have planted much but harvested little. They eat but are not satisfied. They drink but are still thirsty. Why? Because they have neglected the Lord's house. He tells them to consider their ways and urges them to go up to the mountains, bring wood, and build the temple so that he may be glorified. Zerubbabel, the governor, and Joshua the high priest, along with the people, listen to Haggai. They fear the Lord and decide to obey. God reassures them, saying, "I am with you." The people are stirred to action, and 24 days after Haggai's message, they begin the work of rebuilding the temple. Chapter 2, Encouragement for the Builders. A month later, God speaks again through Haggai. Some people feel discouraged because this new temple doesn't seem as magnificent as Solomon's temple. God tells them not to be discouraged and to be strong. He reminds them that His Spirit remains among them, just like when He led their ancestors out of Egypt. God then gives a powerful promise. "I will shake the heavens, the earth, the sea, and the dry land. I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come." He says the new temple will have a glory greater than the former one, and in this place He will give peace. This encourages the people to continue working, knowing that God is with them and has great plans for them. God's blessing for obedience. Chapter 2, 10-19. 2 months later, God speaks again through Haggai. He asks the priests about what is clean and unclean. They answer that touching something holy doesn't make a person holy, but touching something unclean makes them unclean. God explains that because the people were neglecting the temple, their work and offerings were not blessed. But God gives them hope. He tells them that from the day they started rebuilding the temple, He will bless them. "Is the seed yet in the barn? Yea, as yet the vine, and the fig tree, and the pomegranate, and the olive tree hath not brought forth. From this day will I bless you." God assures them that their faithfulness in rebuilding the temple will bring about His blessing. God's promise to Zerubbabel, 23. Finally, God speaks directly to Zerubbabel, the governor of Judah, with a special promise. He tells him that he will shake the heavens and the earth and overthrow kingdoms and armies. In that day, God says He will make Zerubbabel like a signet ring, a symbol of being chosen and valued. This is God's way of saying that Zerubbabel is His chosen servant and that God will establish him and his lineage. This chapter ends with a strong message of hope. It shows that God honors those who are faithful and that He has a plan for His people, even in challenging times. The Book of Haggai teaches the importance of putting God first, trusting His promises, and believing in the glory that is to come.